between glass and the void. I press the shutter, hoping to commit an act of ontological mercy. Phenomenologist of the transient, monitoring the liminal threshold where light consents to be imprisoned. The camera, that humble prosthesis of fractured consciousness, becomes both scalpel and suture, dissecting the eternal flux of Heraclitus while desperately attempting to resurrect Parmenides' unchanging one. Each exposure is a small violence against becoming a Cartesian rebellion in silver halide, where the self, that flickering epiphenomenon, tries to prove it was ever here at all by freezing what was never meant to last. So I click not to remember, but to defy the thermodynamic indifference of the cosmos. Every frame a fragile arc adrift on the deluge of forgetting, every captured photon a quiet insurrection against the heat death of meaning. I do not photograph the world, I perform an exorcism on impermanence. Click, and for 1/250th of a second, existence almost knows itself. What naked perception betrays, the unbearable particularity of things. A single raindrop on asphalt containing fractured galaxies of distortion. A precise curvature of grief in an old woman's hands. I have chased the particular shade of dawn that only exists for 7 seconds in a city that has already forgotten its own name. I document the sacred geometry hidden in decaying infrastructure, the quiet follows, that I'm not preserving beauty, but merely cataloging my own inability to hold it. There's a terrible mercy in the viewfinder. It forces confrontation with the fact that we are all already disappearing. I photograph lovers who do not yet know they will become memories. I photograph children who do not yet know they will become ghosts. The camera available to a disenchanted age, not asking for salvation, but simply begging the universe, stay just for a moment. Let me prove that I was here before the light moves on. So I click into the abyss of becoming, hoping that somewhere between F14 and the heat deaths of everything, the self I cannot locate will consent to be witnessed. I do not seek beauty anymore. I seek the courage to witness its departure without looking away. Click, and for one trembling fraction of a second,